underway here now. Let me see. It looks as though it's recording. Let's see. Stop recording.
Recording stopped.
And then I'll start a fresh recording from now.
Recording in progress.
Well, thank you for joining us on this Aurum presentation. You're all very, very welcome. We're going to look at the Aurum Foundation, a fabulous platform that many people are taking advantage of right across the globe right now. Just to let you know, I don't work for Aurum myself. I'm not an employee. I don't get paid for presenting the information. I'm not even a financial advisor, so I can't give you any advice at all. I'm here just to share my experiences. I'm going to show you the kind of due diligence that I did and tell you a little bit about the company. I'll tell you a little bit about the products. They have quite a few very nice products. I've only been using 3 or 4 of them, so those are the only ones I'm able to tell you about, whilst there are other products out there. What else can I tell you? I can also tell you a little bit about the affiliate program at the end if you're willing to have a look at that. But let's get moving and tell you a little bit about who's behind the company. This is quite interesting. Brian Benson is one of the co-founders, and also he's the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer from the United States, originally working in the banking industry. He was a trader over with Morgan Stanley, very, very reputable bank. After he left the bank, he went into the Web3 space and got involved with a very big company called Binance. Well, to tell you the truth, it wasn't that big when Brian was there. It came from nowhere in 12 months to one of these unicorn type companies, faster than Tesla, faster than Microsoft. Binance was very successful. Brian worked his way up very quickly to director. He was the director of Binance for Latin America. That's the whole continent. It included, he opened the Mexican market. He opened the market down in Chile and Peru, Colombia, Argentina, Brazil. These are massive, massive markets. And his role was to do the due diligence, set up the infrastructure, the compliance, open the offices where they were required, and onboard the customers. Also into technology as well. Very, very intelligent gentleman. And then he's left Binance now because he was only a director. He was only an employee over there. And here he's the CEO. Here he's the big boss. Here it's his turn to make the big noise. So we're delighted that we have someone with this experience. It's not some new kid on the block that's trying to do something or attempting to emulate something. We're dealing with someone that's been in the trenches. It's not his first rodeo. He has experience. Very nice gentleman, I must say. And he, just so you know, he's about 51 years of age. So he's not a kid and he's not an old man. He's probably just at that ripe age, mature age, ready to do great things here at Aurum. I did a quick Google on him and I found him all over Google. Fabulous. You can see him there with the Binance shirt on. He's got the T-shirt on down here. You can see other posters there with the Binance logo. He is the Brian Benson from Binance. And what I did was I Googled him, Brian, B-R-Y, if you want to do that, Brian Benson, Binance, and then remember to press images. And when you press images, this is probably exactly what you'll find as well. So I'm delighted to know that he's not some fake actor. He is Brian Benson from Binance. So great starting point to look at any opportunity. I also then found out that Forbes, a very reputable magazine, had been reporting on Aurum and telling us that Aurum provides institutional grade trading. Now, why is that important? Well, because Forbes, if you consider them a reputable media company, they correlate all the data from multiple markets, multiple countries. These are the companies that do the rich list, the top richest people in North America, the top 100 richest people in the world, the billionaires in Asia. They do these lists from time to time. A lot of data, a lot of work there. And they also do the Forbes magazine featuring many of the top CEOs. So it was very nice to see a positive report here from Forbes concerning Aurum. And then the third component that really did it for me was the relationship between Aurum and Visa, because what we have here is a co-branded card. Visa and Aurum is just sensational because this particular card requires no KYC, and it means you can spend your cryptocurrency in any shop in the world where Visa and MasterCard are accepted. So we'll take a look at this later. So these 3 things were very strong components in my decision to get started. I know that the issuer, the bank, the card issuer, they've got to do the due diligence on Brian Benson and on Aurum. They've got to know who they are. They've got to see their accounts, their reports, their licenses, or whatever's required. but it's a great feature, a physical product, but it's also a virtual product because it works on the virtual version for your Apple and Google Pay. It works on that already. So that's up and running and a very nice product indeed. I found an article where Brian was speaking on Forbes Council, very good article, talking about fixing money with technology. He's referring to blockchain and AI. And if you could do that, there's potential to fix the world. The world's presently broken in terms of the monetary systems that we currently use. This ability for Federal Reserves and the central banks of the world to print money, print paper money. It's not even called money anymore. Do you know that? It's called currency. And the reason it's not called money is because it's not backed by a physical asset such as gold. So what we have what we use in our daily lives is this thing called currency, because your money doesn't work in my country, my money doesn't work in your country, so it's not money, it's currency. And to that end, the likes of blockchain and Bitcoin, you can't edit the amount of money. You can't increase the supply. There's 21 million Bitcoins. There won't ever be 22. It's a beautiful piece of technology, and that's what Brian writes about. I then decided to go meet the gentleman. I spent 3 days with him, and many of you on this call will be spending 3 or 4 days with him next month, because we're all going over to a 5-star resort, all expenses covered, with Brian and the trading team and the traders. And you have to qualify that for the day, by the way. I'll tell you a little bit about that at the end. So I'd like you to hear from him directly rather than from me. Let's hear. This is a snippet from a larger interview, but he says something very interesting here. He wants to create a unicorn, just like Binance was. He wants to create a very simplistic and simple onboarding situation for the new people getting into cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is now very popular, particularly since the Trump administration got in. We see lots of governments very positive about it. We see social media is very positive about it. We see all the big finance houses like BlackRock, Strategy, all these big companies are now getting in behind Bitcoin. I mean, even the United States is talking about Bitcoin kind of getting rid of their national debt. So with that said, let's have a listen to what Brian wants to do and decide if it's something you'd like to lock arms with a leader like this and make your way forward with Aurum.
I think if I have to sum it up in one word, it's ecosystem. At Aurum, we're building an ecosystem, and we're really trying to focus on getting this thing to a unicorn status. And what I like to say is we want to create 1,000 millionaires. And so if we can do that, then that will be $1 billion business. That will be a unicorn, and we'll be very excited if we can accomplish that. And we're well on our way to that. So
he's already done it over at Binance. When he told me himself, when he was working for Binance, they paid him with not dollars, they paid him with BNB tokens. So that's how he got his salary. That's how he got his wages. And those tokens at the conception of Binance was like 8 cents for a BNB. Now, of course, they're what, $600, $700, $800 as we speak. So imagine you had accumulated all of those. He'd be a very wealthy man today. But Binance in itself has created many millionaires. He wants to do 1,000 millionaires here as a starting point to create his $1 billion business with Binance, with Aurum. So to get involved with Aurum, it's $20, just less than $20 for the entire year. This gives you access to all of the products except, of course, the Visa card. I'll tell you why in a moment. But it's a bit like a gymnasium membership where you could go and use the rowing machine, the running machine, the steam room, if you're the sauna. Here, for the $20 for the whole year, you can use all of the products except the card. You can try out 6, 7, 8, 9 products and any potential new products that they're going to release. I believe they're introducing a couple of new products before the end of the year. They're also going to release 2 exchanges, a centralized and decentralized exchange, just like Binance. And I believe the Aurum token will be the utility token required for the transactions on that exchange. So that's another opportunity further down the track for us people. But right now, they have a lot of nice products, and I'm going to share some of those with you. Out of the whole library of products, I've only tried a few. I've tried the Aurum EXI bot. I think it's sensational. I've tried the EXI Pro bot as well. That's over on Telegram. I also have tried the Zeus bot, which is also on Telegram. And I've tried the card. That's about it for me. So whilst there are other products there, I know they do arbitrage trading on the Aave protocol. They have flash loans. They have a variety of other products. But I'm very satisfied with these particular products that I'm presently using. As I said, my favorite is the XAI bot. It's achieved sensational results. It has data going back to, I think, January, February 2023. So it's been running for quite a while, and it's achieved over 450% in its first couple of years, which is really, really, really good. If we break those numbers down, whilst the monthly results vary, the average across 2.5 years is about 17.5% per month on average for the company. Now, you and I, we don't get anything like that. What we get is determined by the deposit we make into our own accounts. So it's a bit like, let's say you deposited $140 into your account. You would enjoy the basic threshold, the basic level. You're going to get rewards in around about 10% a month, which is very, very good. For those of you that can manage more than that, let's say somewhere between $250 and $1,000, let's pick a number, $726. You would get rewards within around 11% a month. And then for those of you that could do the larger type accounts, like maybe $3,500, you're going to get 13%. And then the big boys can get up to 16%. But the majority of customers will be in the $100 range up to, I would suggest, about $4,999. I think the majority of customers will be in this top threshold. And therefore, this is interesting because it means the company's always making money. We need a company to be around. We need a company to be strong and vibrant. And my question was, if you're paying out all this money, how does Aurum make the money? So they said the answer's on the screen. You're looking at it. If you're getting 10% a month and we're achieving 17.5 on average, we're making 7% on your account. They get the spread. If you're lucky enough to get 11% a month, well, they're still making 6%, the company. If you're getting 12% a month, they're still getting 5%. So it's very, very good. And of course, the bulk of the customers are going to be in this 10 to 13% range, meaning the company's always making a lot of money. They actually told me that the larger type customers are even less interesting to them now because they get the majority of the profit. And that's how it is now. They started this a couple of years ago. Brian Benson brought over some of his big type clients. It was designed for, I suppose, institutions, venture capitalists, what's known as a home family office, these type of high net worth individuals. And then very recently, they changed their tactic. They introduced this affiliate program. And the reason this was introduced to allow people like ourselves to participate was because the launching of the exchange is imminent. And therefore, they were advised that this route to market, onboarding thousands and tens of thousands of millions of customers, can be well achieved through the affiliate marketing programs. And they need this dispersity of customers worldwide. They need a lot of token holders, a lot of wallet holders. That all creates the value in any exchange. And for that reason, recently they've allowed people like ourselves to participate. So that said, that's my favorite product. I'll show you an account here that started with $500, just as an example. And this account started on the 17th of April. I always advised if you're attending one of these Zooms, or if you've got a guest attending in the future, please do your best to have them watch it on an iPad or a computer, because there's a lot of data here. There's a lot of numbers, and if you're on a phone, it might be quite difficult to see some of these numbers. So it's always prudent to get your clients to join on a computer. Now, not everybody has a computer. I understand that as well. But in that case, the smartphones can beam onto the smart television. So you could actually be sitting down watching it on TV and seeing it in full sight. Anyway, this account with $500 deposit on the 17th of April. And where are we now? We're almost 5 months down the track. May, June, July, August. It's not quite the 17th of September, but it's thereabouts. And you can see that the account has achieved $849. So the profit portion of that is $349 over 500. To work or calculate that out, it's quite easy. You take the profit gained, which is $349. You set that over the top of 500, which was the deposit, and you multiply it by 100%, and that will give you a 69.8%. So we're assuming this account on the 17th of September, which is about a week away, is going to hit about 70%, no problem, for 5 months. Is that good? Is that acceptable? 70%? Well, if you were in the gold bullion industry and you bought a gram of gold or an ounce of gold or a kilo of gold, whatever you could afford, it would probably take 10 years to do 100%. If you got involved in real estate, a good property in a right location with a good tenant will probably gain you about 10% a year, 10% a year. So it would take 10 years for property to double in its value, 10 years. We've got 70% here in 5 months now. How do you feel about it? I mean, this account's likely in the next 3 or 4 months to double itself. So there you go. That's just one small account. Now, I like to bring detail to all my viewers so they understand fully. The account promised 11.3%. Can you see that in the box here? A deposit between 250 and 999 would enjoy rewards of about 11% a month. So how come, like, if you divide 70% by 5 months, the answer is 14% a month. So how come you're getting 14% a month if the product's offering 11? This was one of my questions, obviously, but I'm sharing that with you because maybe you're calculating this as well. Well, the answer is because this little green button down here, the reinvest button, has been engaged, and it's down to you, the customer, if you prefer to take your daily profit and add it to your principal and allow both of those to trade in the following days. It's the concept of compounding, which is phenomenal. Now, when you take out an account, this is not the case for you. This button is not engaged. It's entirely up to you to implement that. And in this case, on the screen, this customer has elected to compound and to reinvest, and therefore that's why they've got 14% a month on average versus 11 that was promised. If you need cash flow, lots of people, I mean, we're struggling with money. They need money every week to pay the bills. If you require cash flow from this, then I would suggest you don't compound, you don't reinvest, just take your profit out every day. You can withdraw it every day, there's no problem there. Or let it accumulate to make it a meaningful amount. You know, maybe you want to withdraw $100 a week or $100 a day, whatever that is, you could do that at will. If you compound it, there's different rules because this product is designed for 12 months. There's an early retirement fee if you want to do that, but you still can get your hands on your principal if there was the need. That can happen on the 1st, 10th, and 20th of every month. If you need your principal, you can also get access to it at a small, what we call early retirement fee. Now, here's a larger type account for those customers you might have in mind, or maybe it's yourself. This account was started a week before that one. So that was the 17th, I remember. Let's just go back. Correct, that was the 17th of April. This particular account was set up a week earlier on the 10th of April. So today, would you believe it, exactly today, because this is the 10th of September, May, June, July, August, September. This account we're looking at now is exactly 5 months old today. And this is not company data. This is a live customer data where we're showing you how a customer's account has performed. So from the 10th of April to this date that we're looking here on the screen is the 16th of May. This account has achieved 23%. And if you were to calculate the time frame from the 10th of April to the 16th of May, it's just 5 weeks. Imagine 5 weeks at 23%. Again, I know why it's done so well. It's because the reinvest button has been engaged here with this particular account. The next time the account was observed was the 24th of June. So the period from the 10th of April when the account was started to the 24th of June represents 10 full weeks. And you can see again, the account has gone from $10,000, look at that, all the way up to $15,500. Imagine you give someone 10,000, they handed you back 15,000. How good is that? Well, there's a 10-week delay on it here, but you get paid every day. If you don't reinvest, those profits can come out every day if you wish. But if you compound it, the account can get very, very attractive. On the 10th of July, so we're going back a couple of months ago, representing 12 weeks, the account had jumped up to $17,000. That's 74%. And then this day last month, the account on the 10th of August had doubled. It did just slightly over 100%. The $20,000, the $10,000 is now $20,000, double the money in 16 weeks. So today being the 10th of September, let's have a look at this account today. And just 2 hours ago, just 2 hours ago exactly at 16:12 UK time, this account demonstrates It's the same account number, started on the 10th of April. It's now got 24,200. So it started with 10,000. There's now 24,000. The account has effectively made over $14,000. That's 142% in 20 weeks. So, and you can follow this as the months go on, or get your own account and follow it every day. It's up to you. So that's the first product. It's the XI bot. It's my favorite. It's doing very, very well. In fact, last month it did even better. It did 18.3, but usually it's in around, the average is in around about 17.5%. So it was good to see it striking higher. There's about $35,000 in this account trading right now. And I was very fortunate today with a friend of ours to go and speak to one of the traders along with the marketing director. And we were able to tap in only to one account today. On previous occasions, I've been in several of the trading accounts, but today we were in the KuCoin account, and we witnessed over $12.5 million trading over there. Now, of course, they have different exchanges, and some of the questions would be, well, what about the liquidity? Well, they're trading on Binance, they're trading on KuCoin, they're trading on OKX. These are big, big, big exchanges. The liquidity is held over there, so it appears that it's very, very profitable, and it's very, very capable of continuing like this. Now, of course, past performance is not indicative of any future results. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but certainly these rewards are coming in fantastic for all of our customers today. So let's talk about another product. So this product is called the EX AI Pro Bot, and this one's not on the platform. This one's now, you'll find this one on Telegram, the communication channel Telegram. You go over to Telegram, you search for the bot, and you can deposit over there. Now, this is decentralized. You can't turn on that reinvest button because they don't have control of that. You have control of your accounts in a decentralized scenario. So you have to compound over there if you wish. But it's another bot. It's a sister bot to the first one. It does well, but not just quite as well as the long-standing bot. This bot's been operating from March this year, whereas the one we just looked at has been running for over 2.5 years at this point. And it's machine learning. It's the AI develops. It learns from previous situations. It stores all of that data. What happened on this occasion, on this date, when this news feed came out? What happened when that went like this and that went? It can process over 10,000 things in a decision in 1 second. If you're familiar with ChatGPT, it's amazing what it can pull instantly for you. And same here, all the trading data, all the information from the social media channels, all the information, because each exchange has its own news channel. Those feeds are fed directly into the bot. It's got its own risk management program built in, and it's overseen by live traders. Anytime it's trading, there's a live trader overseeing it in case there's just some extraordinary news that comes left of field, that they can disconnect it instantly from the exchange. So that might give us a little bit of confidence. So that's another product. We have another product called the Zeus bot, and again, it's on Telegram. It trades Bitcoin, BNB token. I'm not surprised about that, given Brian Benson is coming from there, and his wages were always paid to in BNB, Ethereum, Pepe, and Doge. And Pepe is one of these meme tokens, and there seems to be a lot of noise about Pepe. I'd never heard of it before this, but I'm starting to hear about it now, and people are quite excited about getting their hands on Pepe. So how would you operate on Telegram? You go to Telegram, you go to the search bar, you search for Aurum Neo Bank. Neo means new. This is the new bank, your new digital bank. You open up the app, you log in with the same credentials for your account, and here's where you can get your Visa card if you'd like one of these. We'll talk more about this in a moment. But you have a number of wallets in here too. You'll have your own Bitcoin wallet inside this application. You'll have your own Ethereum wallet, your USDT wallet, your BNB, your Pepe, your Doge. But you also must download the Polygon wallet. Not quite sure why we need a Polygon wallet. I assume it's something to do with the exchange launching, and possibly the Aurum token might be on Polygon, something like that. But that's the first thing you do. You download that. It's very simple. Just click a button, and you have a number of wallets. And what you can do over there is trade Bitcoin or Ethereum. That's good for people that might have some of these coins and tokens sitting around doing nothing. You might have a little bit sitting on exchange that you don't use. You might have forgotten about a little bit of BNB on the Binance platform that you don't use anymore. You could import it here, and you can start increasing your BNB or increasing your Bitcoin. I'd just like to show you this example of a Bitcoin bot. Now, whilst this was funded with 0.7 Bitcoin, you can see on the screen it's now saying 0.81. Why is that? Because every single day, the profit was withdrawn to the wallet, okay? The bot was stopped, so the principal that was trading went to the wallet, so therefore the profit and the principal joined itself in the wallet, and from that point on, you can withdraw, no restrictions on this, you can withdraw anytime you want, or you can send it back to the bot to trade tomorrow in its fullness. So therefore, right now, that bot is trading at 0.81. It's not trading the profit. So you withdraw the profit to your wallet, doesn't cost anything, it happens instantly. You stop the bot, so the 0.81 will go towards this 00055. The two become one in your wallet. You have a choice, take it home and withdraw it, or ask the bot to trade all of those two pieces together. That's called compounding. Because this is decentralized, the company can't do this, the company can't touch this, this is not them. They can do that on the platform with the other bot, which is very simple, but here you have to do it yourself. It's not a burden, it's quite enjoyable, and it's quite rewarding to see the profits grow. So this 0.7 went to 0.81, it jumped right up to 0.82, then it went to 0.83, sorry, 84, 85, 86, 87. So they're growing 0.7 of a Bitcoin all the way to 1 Bitcoin. That's the mission here. 0.88, 0.89. And many of you who have followed these Zooms this last few months have seen this account growing, you know, and some of you who are only seeing it for the first time, your starting point is 0.91, 911, 0.91. And as soon as the count goes to 0.92, it'll be added to this 93. It's going all the way to a Bitcoin. So you can grow your portfolio if you've got some of those tokens. So that's fantastic. There's other customers are putting in much more. 0.7 is a fair deposit, but here's a customer that put in a Bitcoin, and here's another customer that put in 2.75 Bitcoin. It's almost, if not more, than $300,000. So the big guys are playing here as well. And I'd also tell you that this account has started to grow. It's now 0.815 Bitcoin. So the gentleman has increased his Bitcoin by trading here with Aurum. And look at this for a deposit on the left-hand side. We've got Pepe over here. And this is 26,545 million Pepe was deposited just 2 days ago into this account. 26,500 million Pepe was deposited into this account just 2 days ago. And to shortcut your maths there, it's over $250,000. So lots of people are very, very excited about this Pepe trading bot as well. And then that just leaves us to talk about the other product that I've used, which is the card. It's fantastic. No KYC. So we don't need your name. We don't need your passport, utility bill. We don't need a driving license from you. You get a Visa card, and you can put your cryptocurrency onto this and spend it anywhere in the world. You can withdraw from ATM machines. You can try it in any shop. You can spend it online. It's just fantastic. If you don't want the physical card, you can also have the virtual version. It gets both. And the top-up fee to load the card is very, very low at 2.2%. And the good news for all of us is that 2.2% loading fee is shared with the community. It goes into a pool and it's shared with the community. It doesn't go to Visa themselves, and it doesn't go to Aurum. It goes to the community. So that's just an overview of the card. Let's have a quick look at the video.
Aurum Neobank is a next-generation financial ecosystem with a fully integrated cycle. Top up your balance, earn through the trading bot, spend with your card, and restart the loop. Choose from 4 card tiers: Nova, Imperium, World Elite, and Infinity. Each unlocks access to cryptocurrency payments, low fees, and premium rewards. No verification required. Minimal fees. Physical card included. Higher transaction limits. Take control of your finances and grow your wealth with Aurum Neobank.
Wow, what a card. And the card's going to start at about $33. It's going to be very, very affordable in some regions with no monthly fees. There'll be a $66 version. There will be, which is the Imperium, there'll be the Elite card at $99. And then there's the one I talk about, and the only one I'm going to talk about is the Infinity card. And why? Because this is no KYC, because it's got the lowest of the fees, it's got the highest of the commission as well. So $150 out of every $249 for the card goes straight to the community, which is fantastic. I'm not going to explain how it works. We do that on a Sunday evening at training in terms of how you can build a community. But imagine you put this card in the hands of people you know, and as they go shopping, you make money. When they go to the ATM machine and withdraw, you make money. When they shop online, you make money. When they go for a coffee, you make money. When they go and buy an ice cream, you'll make money. Because if you're a customer who's issued this to another customer, you get an override on their spend. And when they order the card, you get paid as well. And it's quite interesting. But we'll cover that more at training on Sunday evening. I'd like just to show you the card in operation. There's 2 transactions here done by somebody who's on this call from the United Kingdom. This is the first and second transaction ever done in the United Kingdom. I want you to note there's no name on this card. You'll see that yourself in the picture, but have a listen to this.
Right, here we go. First transaction in the UK for the Aurum card. Let's see this working. Authorised. Happy days.
And then off to the shop to get a pint of milk.
Here we go then. Second official transaction.
No, purple and white. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Mina.
There you go, spending USDT in a local convenience store, which is amazing. And then, of course, another great component is using it at the ATM machine. So if you wanted to, I mean, the big challenge for most people today was 2 challenges. One is, how do I turn my paper fiat currency into cryptocurrency? Where do I get it? How do I get it? Because lots of people want to acquire crypto, but they don't know how or where to get it. So that's the first problem. And of course, the exchange, when we launch the exchange before the end of the year, that will be the solution. You just bank wire from your own traditional bank account straight into the Aurum exchange. There you'll convert your deposit into USDT, and from there you can trade it or convert to other coins like Bitcoin if you wish. So that's going to be the onboarding solution. The offboarding or off-ramping solution is the other problem. Oh, I have cryptocurrency, but how do I spend it? Where do I use it? Who accepts it? Well, guess what? Aurum have a solution now that everybody in the planet accepts it now, because you put your profit onto this. So you stop the bot. You can withdraw to any wallet of your choice, or you can send it onto your card and go spend your profits. So you're spending cryptocurrency, just like we showed you in those videos, or you can withdraw the money from the ATM. Have a look at this, guys. Okay, in goes the Aurum card. Balance. Okay, so there's 5,720 on the thing. Let's do a transaction. Let's take out cash in the receipt. Let's take out other. Maximum 800. So the fee is $3.99. Accept and proceed. There you go, and that's been tested in multiple countries around the world. A really fantastic product, allowing people to take their profits out from these bots and put on the card, or to you actually can load externally. Let's say you had some money on Binance and you wanted to bring it over into Aurum. You bring it into Aurum, you don't have to trade it, you just send it onto your card. So you can just pop it into your account and pop it up for 2.2%. So now you can use your cryptocurrency with a Visa card, and exceptional product, guys. But on Sunday night, I'll do a short training to show you how you can build a little business with that card in itself, which is fantastic. So that is our presentation over tonight. We've taken all of 30 minutes, I suppose, of your day. I want to thank you all for joining us. I hope you found something of interest here. If you have, please do get back to the person that shared this information with you. Get your very valid questions answered, of course. And if you like what you see, listen, come on board. In fact, the sooner you do it, the better, because if you can create your deposit tonight, guess what? You're getting paid tomorrow. You're getting your first profits tomorrow. How good would that be? So for those of you who'd like to stay on, I am happy to share with you the affiliate program. Not everybody's interested in the affiliate program. There's no obligation to share this with anyone. But for those of you that think it's a good idea and would like to share it with others, there's some extra benefits. I know that Apple themselves have an affiliate program, and how it works is very simple. If you refer customers to Apple because you enjoy that product, let's say hypothetically you enjoy the Apple product, and you refer customers to the Apple website, Apple will give you rewards. Apple will pay you for your recommendation. I know that some of the banks are doing that as well. Not mistaken, it's Santander. Let's say you were a Santander customer and you brought a customer from another bank, let's call it Barclays or Lloyd's or some of these banks. You bring a customer into Barclays. Because you brought that customer to open an account in Santander, Santander would put 100 into your account for bringing this customer, but they'd also give the new customer $100 for opening an account. So lots of companies are starting to do that. They're starting to have these affiliate programs to reward customers for their word of mouth, for their recommendation. I mean, Tesco's have one as well. I don't know if you're familiar with Tesco. Certainly if you're from the UK and parts of Europe, you'll know who Tesco is. They supply 30-40% of the domestic market with their groceries every week. So very, very big conglomerate, and it's European wide. And if you promoted Tesco, they have an affiliate program. Go to the bottom of their website, you'll find it. You get benefits from sharing Tesco products with others, which is incredible. So Aurum have something very, very similar, only I think it's much better. They have what called 15 ranks in their affiliate program, and everybody starts as a Nova. Nova means new. You're the new kid on the block. You start as a Nova. The only stipulation is you must have $100 in your own account trading, and if that is the case, you will get 3% on the deposits of any of your customers. So let's say I was your customer and I put in $10,000, you get 3% of that. Or let's say I only put in $100, you get 3% of that. Or you could have 4 customers, or 9, or 15, or 2,000, doesn't matter. Every customer that uses your referral link, you're getting this 3%. But of course, I know most of you would like a lot more than 3%, and there's a lot more here, because if you can get yourself all the way up to Voyager, what you require is $7,500 of total team trading, not just your customers, but theirs and theirs and theirs, doesn't matter. When the entire group in your organization has $7,500 trading, you get promoted to Voyager. Now, a couple of things happen. Number one, you're now getting 5% of deposits, not 3%. You got a pay rise. You still don't need any more trading in your own account at this stage. 100 is still ample. You get $100 back, so now there's no risk. You put 100 in, you got 100 back. It's all house money after that. So that's a great position to be in. But look over here, the big one. You get 5% matching bonus every day on the profits of all your customers. And even if they're in Zeus over in Telegram, putting in Bitcoin. Let's say you don't even have Bitcoin at all to your name, but one of your customers trades Bitcoin or Ethereum or Pepe, you get 5% of what they get every day as a bonus. Every single day, as long as they're trading, you get that as well. So incredible. If you'd like to get 7%, it's just more of the same. You require $25,000 in total team trading to get the Vanguard rank. Now, at this stage, you do need 300 in your own account trading, but look what happens, guys. The company just give you 500 for reaching the rank. And now they promote you again. You get 7.5% per day on all of your customers' trading profits to infinity levels. As long as there's not a Voyager Vanguard in that line, you're getting that 7.5% to infinity on all the customers. And it's just more of the same. We'll cover more of this at training, but if you'd prefer 9%, 10.5%, 12%, 13.5% on deposits, if you'd like up to 17.5% matching bonus, you just make your way up through these ranks as the customer volume grows. The cash bonuses are fantastic. You get $1,000, $2,000 cash bonus, $5,000, $10,000. and there's more. I told you there were 15 ranks. This is just the first, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the first 7. There's 8 more ranks. So if you go elite, you get a $20,000 cash bonus. Then you get the magnet, which is the $50,000 cash bonus, a $100,000 cash bonus. And of course, if you'd like to be one of Brian Benson's millionaires, well, I'm thinking that somewhere in the region of Legend to Dominion, you're going to be a millionaire. Why? Because reaching Dominion gives you a $500,000 cash bonus. Yeah. Prior to that, you would have received 150 cash bonus as a Legend, 100 as a Mythos, 50, 20. When you add that up, that's what, $7.5, $820,000 plus the first page, plus all of these deposit bonuses, plus these matching bonuses every day on trading profits, plus this shareholder bonus. Certainly somewhere between Legend and Dominion, you've made yourself a millionaire. And we've customers on this Zoom with you today that have reached the magnet level. There are 3 people on this call have reached magnet in their first 4 months. And if that's something you could do or like help doing that, come talk to us, come training, and come keep attending and learning about this. And I wish you every success, whatever decision you come to. In terms of the withdrawals, it's very nice to show evidence that the withdrawal system, it's sensational as well. Because the withdrawal fees are 1% plus $1. It's very, very, very low. This account we're looking at here on the 19th of April withdrew 0.1 of a Bitcoin. That's what, $11,000. On the 8 days later, they withdrew $500. 1 month after that, from the 27th of April to the 27th of May, that's a full month later, they withdrew $5,000. 2 days after that, they withdrew $4,500. And then it wasn't until 18 more days that they took out $10,000. You get the transaction ID, you get the wallet addresses. They're just covered up here for security purposes, but we've had blockchain experts trace these transactions right back to the exchanges that they're trading on. The grayed out section here is what we've just looked at: 500, 5,000, 4.5, and 10. Remember that. But if we keep going here, up on the 4th of July, there was $3,500 withdrawn. And then 3 days later, there was $20,000 withdrawn. And it's nice to see that you could put that on the card if you had one. You put that 20,000 up there. But what you get if you withdraw to a wallet, Binance, OKX, MetaMask, Token Pocket, this is Trust Wallet you're looking at. The customer withdrew 20,000. They received $19,799. So it was 1% plus $1. So really, really, really low fees. Again, then they got 4,000 on the 15th of July. On the 16th of July, they took out $2,500. Then they took out $16,000. And again, on the Trust Wallet, they received $15,893. So a lot of money been made here. Then they took out $30,000 on the 12th of August. And then on the 14th of August, $6,500. And then on the 19th of August, $4,500. And then on the 20th of August, 10,000. And it doesn't end there, ladies and gentlemen. So it's just to show you what we wanted to share with you was just a very honest overview of what we've learned. We've learned about Brian Benson from Binance, and we Googled him. We read a little bit about what the media were saying in terms of Aurum providing institutional grade trading. What else did we do? We learned about Visa and the co-branding of Visa and the MasterCard with, or not the MasterCard, Visa with Aurum. And this is decentralized. We actually saw the card working, didn't we? We saw it working at ATM machines. We saw it working in the grocery store. This is an exceptional product. What else did we do? We looked at some examples of accounts. We looked at a small account with $500. We looked at a much bigger one, and you're going to fit somewhere in between, I would guess. So that's as much as we can do tonight. I want to thank you all for joining us on this call. Do come again. We're back here tomorrow, same time, same link. We do it Monday to Thursday, and then on Sunday evening we do a training on the same link again. So with that said, please do get back to the person that shared this with you. Your very valid questions answered. Of course, if you like what you see, make a decision and come on board. And of course, make an informed decision and get your first profits tomorrow. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's it over for tonight. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you all soon. Good night.
Recording stopped.
Just while some of you are still on the call, I'd like to tell you about, we have 5 days left to qualify for this trip to Phuket in Thailand. The trip takes place from the 16th to the 19th of October. Unless you do big volume, you're going to get an extra 4 nights on the islands with Brian Benson. This promotional period ends in the 15th of September. So I know one guy qualified in his first day. So if you're new to this, you can qualify today or tomorrow, no problem. But you have 5 days to do it. It takes a little bit of work. Maybe you have to bring a handful of people to these presentations to get the message explained on your behalf. But if you roll your sleeves up and you really like to take this trip, you can qualify. The good news is you get somewhere between $750 and $4,000 for your flight, depending on the volumes you achieve. Again, $750 would probably get you from the UK to Thailand return. I know that for a fact because 4 of us have already booked our flights. But if you live closer, like I know one guy on this call, his flights are only going to be 300, but he still gets 750, even though the flights are only 300. If you qualify and don't want to go, you still get the money. If you live too far away, you're only getting an allowance of 750 for the first qualification. So if your flight's going to be 950, you're going to have to add 2 to it. But that said, you get picked up at the airport, you get dropped back at the airport. You don't need any money with you because it's a 5-star resort, all expenses, all drinks, all food. What else is free? The entertainment. There's going to be a gala dinner. There's going to be a prize giving night for those that have achieved. They're going to give out shareholding bonuses for those that have reached Oracle and higher. You're going to spend 3 or 4 days with Brian Benson, learn about the gentleman, talk to him, find out about, well, what was it like working in Binance? Why did you leave Binance? What are you going to do here at Aurum? Tell us more about your experience. And it's nice because you're going to have time to lock arms with him and find out about the man and what he's intended to do here. I think that's very important. And also, when you come off this trip, your business will just go skyrocketing, from here to the end of the year based on what you get. They'll probably tell us about the launching of these exchanges, that maybe launch a couple of new products, and lots of other things. So well worth qualifying for. My own son did it in 4 days. He qualified without any help from his father, I'll tell you. And that impressed me as well. In fact, he qualified for 2 people. He did $37,000 in his first 3 days. $37,000. He needed 40. He then booked his flights even before qualifying because he knew he was going to get the other 3. And he told me today that yesterday he got the final 3,000 required to get him and his girlfriend on this trip. But you can do it as well. If you do big business, you're going to get 4 additional nights on these private islands across here near Phuket in the south of Thailand seas. And again, exclusive VIP privileges. The location will be the Marriott Phuket in Thailand, down in Phuket. Very nice accommodation. It's got its own private beach. It's got everything except the ship. I can't guarantee the ship will be there. It's passing, but on that shot, it's certainly there, and it'll have its own private bar, which is absolutely no good to me because I don't drink and I don't smoke. But maybe I'll have a coffee or a Pepsi Cola if that's possible. But that's it tonight. Thank you, everyone. We're all done and wrapped up in a long time ago, and it's still 10 to 9. So thank you again, everyone. Get back, get busy, and I wish you every success with the decision you come to.